was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Broncos and the Browns coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Hudson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
This defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory. It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The first carry now. This is Williams. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, Hudson, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
This 2nd and 4.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
You look at this Browns defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any chances.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Credit that sack to Siaki Ika.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. But you look at this Bronco defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Quick throw completed by Watson. No gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up the 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just inside the 30-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears?
How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 24 carries, 109 yards.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Six yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Watson on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a... Just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to throw, Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he is caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's Watson now on second down. Open man, that's Tillman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Touchdown! Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right. They might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Dosich. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Hudson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. To the right side and complete to Washington. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 33-yard line. Wilson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete.
Complete to Cedric Tillman. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. They go up the middle with Chubb. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Alex Singleton. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hudson, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Hudson, and he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down now, it's Hudson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They are in an interception. interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson out to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Giving credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Finds Dulcich out left side.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Here's Watson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st down, Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling.
First down, Browns.
Now Watson. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Watson. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. There, a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Second and 10.
To the air yet again, Watson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half.
York able to send this one through.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Najee Harris, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Cooper Kupp up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Raiders. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
able to get this out to the 25. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points of the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw is Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's second and inches at the Broncos' 40-yard line.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Finds Strong on the check down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, long. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 8. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's long. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A give. This is Chubb. And shoves him off at the 20. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Thompson Robinson to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. Thompson Robinson now to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Hands it off out of the gun. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Chubb will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this one too low.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. York now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because they don't get some kind of points here. That next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game. And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now it's Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now Chubb running right. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 75 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a 1st down as well. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they're always posted in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Thompson Robinson throwing here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Tress Way now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They go play action now. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hudson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns set to take over. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Now, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. It's long. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They look pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared. And it's always been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. And I remember saying to someone after my second or third day there, like, this altitude thing, this is no big deal. And day 4, it hit. And it hit hard. And it took me a while to get ready and get acclimated. So some teams, they like to come in early, try and get on a schedule and feel good with it. Other teams say, forget it. Let's not let the effects jump on us. They come in as late as possible, as close to kickoff, and play. Whatever way they did it, it worked in this one.
So for Cleveland, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.